Minimal damage to property, which is a great thing, but there are power outages in the far north of our state, impacting on around 1,400 Queenslanders. They're living in communities such as Normanton, Corumba, Doomadgee and Mornington Island. Ergon Energy is working very hard to restore power to those communities. I understand some power has been restored to Mornington Island, and that work will continue. There are crews that will be flown to that part of the state to ensure that. A helicopter is running the power line, the big power line up there, to see where the fault is, and we hope to get that power on as quickly as possible. So to those Queenslanders living in the far north of our state without power, this is not the best way to start the new year. We know that, and we are going to work as hard as we can to get the power restored to you as quickly as possible. Of course, that tropical cyclone is impacting on a number of roads in the far north of our state. There's a number of roads that have been cut due to flooding, so all drivers are asked to be very careful and to check before you drive. And of course, if it is flooded, forget it. There's been a number of very sad and tragic events around the country at the start of the year, and we don't want to see any of those events in Queensland. So please take care if you're on the roads in the far north. The ex-tropical cyclone is now forecast to track slowly across the base of Cape York to the east coast, and of course we'll continue to monitor that through the Bureau of Meteorology and of course local disaster management groups who are doing great work on the ground. And I want to thank mayors and those LDMGs, including Queensland Police, who are working hard to keep the communities safe. Secondly, onto COVID testing. I can report that there are 5 new cases in Queensland today, 5 new COVID-19 cases in Queensland. All of those are related to people who have returned from overseas and are in hotel quarantine, so there is no community transmission in Queensland, which is always a terrific thing for our state. Can I thank the thousands of Queenslanders and interstate visitors, especially those people from Victoria, who have heeded the call to get tested. Can I thank people for their patience in getting tested. But can I assure Queenslanders and others that we are providing more testing facilities for them. We've opened more clinics on the Gold Coast, on the Sunshine Coast and in Brisbane. Clinic hours, these are Queensland health facilities, can I say. Operating hours have increased. I know on the Gold Coast they were operating till 10 p.m. last night. They started again at 6 a.m. this morning. We've increased staff in those clinics. Some staff numbers have been doubled in those clinics. So we are working very hard, and of course we've got all of the private clinics now operating across Queensland. So Queensland Health has 83 clinics that are operating, fever clinics operating around the state. 23 of those are in the southeast, and of course we've got many more in the private sector that are operating. Can I say there'll always be some delays from time to time in getting testing, but we're seeing those queues, as I'm advised today, being reduced, and we're also getting testing results back to people on average in around 24 hours. So can I thank Queensland Health staff in particular, who've worked extremely hard over the weekend. They've done a wonderful job. I want to thank them and commend them for their work, and thank Queenslanders in particular for responding so positively to the call to get tested, and I thank them for that. And that's keeping not only those Queenslanders and their families safe, they are keeping the rest of our state safe as well. Can I also say to Queenslanders that complacency is the enemy and vigilance is our friend. So the more that we can be vigilant about this virus, the better it will be for all of us. And can I thank Queenslanders for getting tested. If you've got any symptoms at all, please get tested. Please maintain hand hygiene. Please maintain social distance where and when you can. That's the way we'll beat this virus.